Tonight, as the world grows quiet and the weight of your day finally loosens its grip, I invite you into a sanctuary of calm. A place where the teachings of the Buddha drift like soft lantern light, guiding you gently back to yourself. In this space, nothing demands your strength. Nothing asks you to hurry. You are simply here, breathing, listening, arriving. Through ancient Zen stories and timeless Buddhist wisdom, let us walk together into a night shaped not by worry, but by peace, deep, effortless, and quietly transformative. Tonight, before we step into the stories of Zen masters and the gentle wisdom of ancient Buddhist teachings, let us settle into something even more essential: the present moment. The Buddha once taught that the greatest miracle is not walking on water or floating in the air, but simply walking on the earth with full awareness. And in a world that constantly pulls us forward, backward, and sideways, returning to this very moment becomes an act of courage and compassion. So let's begin with something simple. Just notice your breath, not forcing it, not changing it, just witnessing it rising and falling like the tide at night. Every inhale is a beginning. Every exhale is a letting go. And between the two, there is a doorway, a space where stillness lives, waiting patiently for you to remember it. Many people think meditation is about emptying the mind, but that is not what the Buddha taught. The mind does not need to be erased, only understood. Like the sky, it holds everything that passes through it: clouds, storms, sunlight, and silence. You don't need to chase any thought away. You don't need to fix anything inside yourself. Tonight, you are only learning to sit beneath the sky of your mind and watch the weather pass. And as you sit here listening to this story, breathing softly, notice how your attention begins to shift inward. The noise of the day slowly dissolves. The conversations you replay, the worries you carry, the things you wish went differently, all of it begins to loosen, like knots that no longer wish to hold. This is the first teaching of the night. Peace doesn't arrive from changing your life. Peace arrives from changing the way you inhabit this moment. So let me guide you gently. Imagine yourself standing at the edge of a forest at dusk. The air is cool and carries the scent of pine, earth, and distant rain. As you step forward, the path beneath you is soft, cushioned by fallen leaves. Every step sinks slightly, grounding you deeper into the present. With each footstep, you feel your worries dissolving, as if the soil itself is absorbing them. The forest is quiet, but not silent. There is a rhythm here, a pulse of life humming in the background. Crickets whisper. A light breeze moves between the branches, creating a soft conversation of rustling leaves. Somewhere far away, water trickles over stones. The world does not rush. It does not demand. It simply exists fully and harmoniously. And so do you. As you walk deeper into this forest, the trees begin to arch above you, forming a cathedral of nature, a place where the ceiling is woven from branches and the walls glow with moonlight slipping through the leaves. This is not a place you visited before, yet it feels strangely familiar, as though your soul remembers it, even if your mind does not. You continue walking, guided not by urgency, but by curiosity. With every breath, you feel lighter. The weight on your chest loosens. The tension behind your ribs softens. Your steps become slower, more deliberate. You begin to notice things you usually overlook. The texture of the bark, the sparkle of dew on fresh leaves, the sound of your own heartbeat syncing with the rhythm of nature. And then you come upon a small clearing, a circle of open sky. Moonlight pours into it like silver water. The center is covered with soft moss that glows faintly under the night sky. Here, the world feels softer, quieter, almost sacred. This is the heart of the forest, a place of pause. You step into the clearing and sit. The moss cushions you gently, supporting you as though it understands your exhaustion. The moment you sit down, something inside you exhales, not a breath, but a release. A letting go you have avoided for too long. Your mind begins to slow. Your shoulders loosen. Your breath deepens. Your presence expands. And now the second teaching reveals itself. The present moment is not a point in time, it is a refuge, a home you can always return to. As you sit here, the moon rises higher. Its light wraps around you like a gentle shawl, illuminating the forest, the clearing, and the quiet space within you. Thoughts still come, but they no longer pull you. They float, like feathers drifting through sunlight, seen, but no longer overwhelming. You begin to sense a deeper truth, that everything in your day, every frustration, every fear, every uncertainty, is temporary, impermanent, moving through you like weather patterns. This is the nature of reality the Buddha called anicca, the law of impermanence. Nothing stays, nothing holds forever. And that's not something to fear, it's something to be grateful for. Because if everything changes, then suffering changes too. Worry changes. Loneliness changes. Even heartbreak changes. Nothing is fixed. Nothing is final. Not even the heaviness you carried into this night. And so, the forest, the moon, and the stillness inside you work together like gentle teachers, reminding you that it's okay to rest. It's okay to release. It's okay to stop trying to hold everything together. Tonight, you do not have to be strong. You only have to be here. Just breathe. Just exist. Just be. You place your hands on your lap, palms open, a gesture of surrender, but also of receiving. You let the quiet wash over you. You let the moment settle around you like soft dust. You let the forest hold you the way life rarely does. And now, the third teaching emerges, one that whispers rather than speaks. When you return to the present moment, life returns to you. The worries of tomorrow lose their power. The regrets of yesterday loosen their grip. Only this breath remains. And then the next. And then the next. In this clearing, in this forest, under this moon, you discover something gently life-changing. Peace was never missing. Only your presence was. And now, having returned, you feel whole again, or at least whole enough to rest. As you continue sitting in the quiet clearing of the forest, beneath the soft moonlight and the gentle breath of night air, something begins to stir within you. It's not dramatic, not sharp, not loud, just a subtle loosening. like a knot finally willing to untie itself. Letting go never arrives with force. It comes the way dusk becomes night, gradually, naturally, without demanding your permission. The Buddha taught that clinging is the root of suffering, not because desire is wrong, not because longing makes us weak, but because we try to hold on to what was never meant to stay. People, memories, expectations, even past versions of ourselves, we clutch them tightly, afraid that if we release our grip, we will disappear along with them. But the truth is softer than that. When you let go, you don't vanish. You return. Tonight, in this calm forest within your imagination, you are invited to experience the teaching of release, gently, compassionately, without any pressure to be further along than you are. Take a slow breath and exhale, allowing something small to fall away. Maybe it's a thought that has been looping in your mind. Maybe it's a worry that has followed you all week. Maybe it's the heaviness you pretend isn't there. You don't need to name it. You only need to acknowledge the weight and let it soften. Let me tell you a small Zen story. A monk and his student were once traveling together. As they approached a river, they found a woman unable to cross. The monk lifted her onto his back, carried her across the water, and set her down safely. They continued walking in silence. Hours passed. Suddenly the student burst out, frustrated. "Master, why did you carry that woman? We monks must avoid touching women." The master smiled. "I put her down at the river. Why are you still carrying her?" This story isn't about rules. It's about the burdens we hold long after they have left our hands. Think of what you have been carrying. The argument that ended years ago but still sits in your chest. The mistake you replay over and over, like a shadow on a loop. The person who left, but whose absence you feed daily with your thoughts. The hope that didn't come true. The regret you keep polishing like a stone in your palm. Tonight, in this story space created for your rest, you are invited to put down what no longer walks with you. You don't need to force anything out of your heart. Letting go is never a battle. It is simply the decision to stop holding what is already gone. As you rest in the clearing, the forest around you seems to breathe. Leaves shimmer in a soft wind. The moss beneath you warms with the memory of daylight. The moon deepens in color. Everything changes, gently, constantly. This is impermanence in Ichika, not as an idea, but as a living truth. Nothing stays. Not sadness. Not joy. Not people. Not seasons. Not pain. Not even the version of you who woke up this morning. The forest teaches you something without words. If nothing stays, then holding tightly only creates suffering. But releasing makes space for peace. Imagine now that you extend your hands, palms open. In them lie the things you've carried too long. Not physical objects, but emotions, stories, memories. You feel their weight, but you also feel how tired you are of gripping them. The moonlight pours into your open hands, illuminating each burden with a soft glow. And as you breathe out, everything in your palms begins to dissolve like mist. No effort, no struggle, just release. Some burdens fade quickly, immediately ready to be let go. Others fade slowly, clinging out of habit, not truth. Either way, this is still progress. This is still healing. You don't have to be perfect at letting go. You only need to be willing. In this forest, in this silence, you may finally understand. Letting go is an act of compassion, not just for others, but for yourself. And compassion, the Buddha taught, is the heart's natural expression when fear no longer stands in the way. So let's go deeper. Think now of a person you once tried to keep in your life, someone you wanted desperately to stay, someone whose presence felt like safety, like belonging, like meaning. But they drifted away. Not because you failed, not because they didn't care, but because the nature of life is movement. People come into our story to teach, to guide, to awaken. And then, when the lesson is complete, they move on, so the next part of our path can begin. Letting go of them doesn't mean forgetting. It means releasing the version of yourself that needed them to feel whole. You don't need that now. You are enough, even in your stillness. You are whole, even in your solitude. You are held, even when no one is physically holding you. Letting go isn't abandonment. It's alignment. It's choosing to walk with what is true, instead of clinging to what has passed. Now imagine the clearing again. A soft breeze passes over you, carrying away the last threads of what you released. Your chest feels lighter, your heartbeat steadier, your breath deeper, your presence stronger. This is the gift of release. Not emptiness, but spaciousness. Not loss, but freedom. Not loneliness, but clarity. And slowly, you recognize something extraordinary. Your suffering was not created by what you lost. It was created by your resistance to losing it. But when you stop resisting, when you let go with grace, when you allow the river of life to carry things where they naturally flow, you become peaceful. Not because life is perfect, but because you no longer fight what is already gone. Tonight, you are practicing sacred letting go. A letting go rooted in wisdom, not force. And with every release, your spirit becomes a little freer. Your mind becomes a little quieter. Your heart becomes a little kinder. You are learning that letting go is not the end of your story. It is the beginning of your peace. Stay here in this softness a little longer. Breathe. Open your palms. Let the night carry what you no longer need. And allow your soul to feel light, perhaps for the first time in a long time. This is the second step toward deep peace. There is a moment, sitting in the heart of the forest, when you notice something subtle, something almost too quiet to name. The air, the trees, the night, even the moon above you. All of it feels alive, but none of it is still. Everything is shifting, softly, gently, without hesitation. A leaf falls, a breeze rises, a cloud moves across the moon. Your chest lifts with a breath. Your shoulders soften with an exhale. Even your thoughts drift like passing shadows. Nothing stays. Nothing holds. Nothing remains exactly as it was. This is impermanence anicca, one of the deepest teachings of the Buddha. Not a threat, not a warning, but an invitation to see life as it truly is. Flowing, moving, breathing, unfolding, always changing, always becoming. So tonight, as you rest in this sacred space within your mind, we explore the gentle truth of impermanence, not as philosophy, but as something your heart can finally feel. Imagine a candle flame. Notice how it flickers bright one moment, soft the next. Yet it is still a flame. Your emotions are like this. Your thoughts are like this. Your life is like this. Everything shifts, but nothing disappears without giving something in return. A difficult moment eventually reveals strength. A heartbreak eventually reveals understanding. A loss eventually reveals tenderness. A disappointment eventually reveals a new path. Impermanence is not the enemy of your peace. It is the foundation of it. If things never changed, pain would last forever. If things never changed, joy would fade into numbness. If things never changed, there would be no growth, no healing, no awakening. The Buddha taught that to cling to what changes is to suffer, but to accept the changing nature of all things is to be free. Let's return to the forest. As you sit there, moonlit and quiet, imagine the night deepening around you. The stars shift slowly across the sky. Branches sway. A distant animal moves through the underbrush. Nothing is fixed. Everything is in motion. Like the gentle turning of a wheel. Feel the truth of this in your own body. Your breath rises and falls. Your mind wanders and returns. Your heart hurts and heals. Your life opens and closes and opens again. Impermanence does not take from you. It transforms you. Let me share a simple Buddhist parable. A young woman once approached a wise monk, tears streaming down her face. "Master," she cried, "my heart is breaking. My grief feels endless. Please help me." The monk nodded with compassion. "Bring me a mustard seed from a home untouched by sorrow," he said. The young woman searched from village to village, knocking on every door, but at each home she found the same thing: grief, loss, heartbreak, illness, aging, change. Every house had its story. Every family carried its pain. After many days, she returned to the monk empty-handed. "I could not find such a house," she whispered. The monk answered with a gentle smile. "You have now learned that suffering touches all who live. Your grief is not punishment. It is part of the human path, and like all things, it too will pass." Her grief did not disappear instantly, but it softened, because she finally understood impermanence. You, too, have suffered. You, too, have searched for places untouched by sorrow. You, too, have believed your pain was permanent. But tonight, under this moon in the quiet forest, your heart begins to understand. Nothing you feel is final. Not sadness, not fear, not loneliness, not confusion, not the ache of a wound that has followed you for years. Every emotion is a visitor. It stays only long enough to teach you what you need to know. When the sadness passes, it leaves behind compassion. When the anger passes, it leaves behind clarity. When the fear passes, it leaves behind courage. When the confusion passes, it leaves behind wisdom. Every experience you have ever lived has sculpted you, softened you, expanded you, deepened you. Impermanence is not a thief. It is a teacher. Think now of a difficult moment from your past, something you believed you would never survive. Something heavy, sharp, painful. And yet, here you are. It passed. It changed. It loosened its grip. It became something else. You lived through what you once thought was impossible. Impermanence made that possible. Now think of something beautiful you once had. A moment of joy. A person you loved. A time in your life when things felt simple and whole. That moment also passed. But does that make it less precious? Or does its impermanence make it sacred? Everything beautiful is temporary. That is why it matters. That is why we cherish it. That is why we remember. Tonight, let the forest show you what your mind has forgotten. Because everything changes. Every moment is meaningful. Now imagine that the moon lifts higher, illuminating a small stream flowing through the far edge of the clearing. You stand up and walk toward it. The water moves steadily over stones, never stopping, never pausing, never resisting. You kneel beside the stream and touch the surface with your fingertips. The water slips away instantly. You cannot hold it. You cannot stop it. You cannot freeze it in place. But you can feel it. You can experience it. You can let it refresh you. Life is the same. You cannot hold on to any moment, no matter how hard you try. You cannot stop people from changing, leaving, growing. You cannot prevent your heart from aging, expanding, learning. You can only feel life as it passes through you, with awareness, with tenderness, with gratitude. This is the wisdom of impermanence. As you rise from the stream and walk back toward the moonlit clearing, you carry with you a new softness. Not a softness of weakness, but of understanding, of seeing life as it truly is, not as you wish it to be. The forest has shown you that acceptance is not defeat. It is alignment with reality. And when you align with reality, you stop suffering. Not because pain disappears, but because you no longer cling to what is already changing. You are learning to flow with life. The way the stream flows through the night, effortlessly, naturally, without fear. Peace begins here. This is the third step. As the night deepens and the moon settles into its quiet throne above the forest, you begin to sense that you are not alone here. Not in the way you might think, not with people, not with noise, not with conversation, but with something softer, wider, more ancient. A connection, faint but undeniable, that hums through the roots beneath you, the wind around you, the stars overhead, and the breath moving in your chest. This is the fourth teaching of the night. Interdependence, the sacred truth that nothing exists by itself. The Buddha called it pratitya samutpada, dependent arising. The teaching that everything you see, feel, or experience is held together by countless conditions, countless causes, countless invisible threads. Nothing arises alone. Nothing stands alone. Nothing survives alone. Just as a single leaf depends on sunlight, soil, moisture, the tree, the roots, the season, you, too, are woven into a web far greater than your mind can imagine. Tonight, we explore this truth, not as theory, but as a feeling. Take a soft breath. Let it enter your lungs without effort. Feel how it nourishes you, restores you, quiets you. Now ask yourself, where did this breath come from? From the trees of the forest, from sunlight that fed those trees, from rain that fed the soil, from clouds that carried the rain, from oceans that formed the clouds, from winds that carried the ocean's mist, from the earth turning beneath your feet. Your breath is not yours. It is a gift carried through time, from forest to sky, to soil, to wind, to you. You are breathing the world, and the world is breathing you. This is interdependence. Imagine now that you place your hand gently on the moss beneath you. It is soft, cool, slightly damp. But what is this moss without rain? Without stones to cling to? Without shade from the trees? Without minerals in the earth? Nothing exists separately. And what of you? Your joys are shaped by the people who held you. Your fears are shaped by the people who didn't. Your habits were taught by voices long gone. Your wounds were carved by moments you never asked for. Your strength was sculpted from surviving them. Your kindness grew from glimpses of compassion that someone else once offered. You are not an island. You are a tapestry. Let me tell you a Zen story. A monk once asked his master, "What is the meaning of interdependence?" The master pointed to the moonlit lake nearby. Ripples spread across its surface, overlapping, merging, dissolving. Which ripple began first? He asked. The monk paused, unable to answer. The master smiled. Exactly. Everything affects everything. Every movement shapes the next. Every thought shifts the world inside you. Every action echoes through the world around you. There is no beginning or end to these connections, only flow. As you sit in the clearing, you begin to feel this flow more clearly. The wind brushes past your cheek, but that wind began as sunlight warming the sea somewhere far from here. A distant bird calls out, but that bird survives because insects survive, and insects survive because water survives, and water survives because clouds survive. Every sound in this forest is the voice of 1,000 unseen causes. And you are part of that symphony. Think of the moments in your life when you felt deeply alone, when grief wrapped around your heart, when you carried something heavy without knowing who to turn to, when silence felt like a wall instead of a resting place. But the truth is gentler than your memory. You were never completely alone. You were simply unaware of the threads holding you. A stranger's smile, a teaching you remembered, a tree outside your window, a memory of someone who once loved you, your breath, your heartbeat, your ability to stand up again. These were all part of the web. Sometimes support does not speak. It surrounds. Interdependence also means this. The kindness you give, does not end with the person who receives it. It ripples outward, through their actions, through their words, through their healing. And the harm you release does not vanish. It dissolves into understanding, making you gentler, more awake, more capable of compassion. Nothing you do is wasted. Nothing you feel is meaningless. Everything folds into the fabric of existence. Now imagine yourself lying down in the soft moss of the clearing. Your body sinks into the earth, not to disappear, but to rest in unity with everything that allows you to live. Feel the earth under your spine. Feel gravity holding you. Feel the night air covering you like a warm blanket. Feel the deep hum beneath the surface. A hum older than your name, older than your fears, older than the first heartbeat you ever felt. This hum is connection. This hum is interdependence. This hum is life itself, and you are part of it. The Buddha taught that seeing interdependence clearly dissolves suffering. Why? Because suffering thrives in separation. I am alone. I must fix everything myself. No one understands me. I carry this burden alone. But when you see that your life is braided into countless others, a new kind of peace appears. A peace born from belonging. A peace born from recognizing that you are not a solitary drop, but part of an ocean. You have never been separate. You have always been held. As you rest here, let this truth settle into you. You do not walk this path alone, because the path itself walks with you. The breath is with you. The earth is with you. The trees are with you. The wisdom of countless generations is with you. The people who shaped you walk beside you. The people you've lost live within you. The people you will meet are already on their way. You are a thread in the infinite fabric of existence. And without you, that fabric would be incomplete. Stay here a moment. Let this belonging soothe your heart. Let the night hold you. Let the world breathe with you. This is the fourth step, the step of connection, the step of remembering that everything you are is both unique and shared. There comes a moment as you rest beneath the moonlit canopy of the forest, when the landscape around you becomes so still that you begin to sense a deeper quiet rising from within. Not the quiet that comes from an absence of sound, but the quiet that comes from an absence of struggle, a quiet that has been waiting for you far longer than you have been searching for it. This is the fifth teaching of the night. There is a stillness beneath the mind that nothing can disturb. The Buddha called this stillness the unshaken heart, a heart that does not cling, does not chase, does not fear, and does not hide. And tonight, in the soft glow of this inner forest, you will learn to touch this stillness gently, as though touching water that reflects the sky. Bring your attention now to the space behind your thoughts. Not the thoughts themselves. They come and go like clouds. But the space behind them, the awareness that sees them, the witness that is never pulled, never pushed, never shaken. This witness is the quiet self. Most people believe they are their thoughts. I am anxious. I am not enough. I am failing. I am unlovable. I am broken. But thoughts are not you. Thoughts are weather. You are the sky. And the sky is never harmed by passing storms. Tonight, you are learning to rest in the sky, not in the storm. Imagine your mind as a lake. When thoughts ripple across the surface, the water becomes distorted. You cannot see the bottom. You cannot see your reflection clearly. You may believe the ripples are all that exist. But if you wait long enough, if you breathe slowly enough, if you do not fight the ripples, or chase them, or fear them, the water stills. And in that stillness, the lake reveals its true nature, calm, deep, untouched. Your mind is the same. Your true nature is the same. Stillness is not something you must create. It is something that appears when you stop disturbing the water. Let me tell you a gentle Buddhist parable. A monk once asked his master, "Why do I feel lost, even after many years of practice?" The master gave him a bowl of cloudy water. "Set it down," the master said. The monk waited. Minutes passed. Then the master asked, "What do you see now?" The monk peered into the bowl. "The water is clear." The master nodded. "That is your mind. When you stop shaking it, clarity returns on its own. You do not need to fix yourself. You only need to stop disturbing yourself." As you sit in the forest clearing, listen to the quiet between sounds. There is always space between your thoughts, between your breaths, between your worries, between your memories. This space is the doorway to the quiet self. Many people look for peace as though it is something they must achieve, a reward at the end of effort. But peace is not a prize. Peace is what remains when effort dissolves. Tonight, allow effort to dissolve. Think now of the moments in your life when your mind ran without rest. Moments when fear spun stories faster than you could understand them. Moments when anxiety tangled itself around your ribs. Moments when your mind became loud, frantic, overwhelming. But even then, beneath the noise, beneath the stories, beneath the pounding of your own thoughts, there was a quiet place untouched, a sanctuary, a refuge, an inner silence that nothing, absolutely nothing could break. Most people never reach this place because they never stop searching for it outside themselves. But you are learning to turn inward. Now imagine that you lie down completely in the moss. Your spine melts into the earth. Your limbs grow heavy, loose, warm. Your breath slows to a gentle tide. The forest around you grows quieter still. Your thoughts float like soft leaves drifting across the surface of a pond. The tighter thoughts loosen. The heavier thoughts lighten. The fearful thoughts fade like whispers slipping into sleep. And underneath all this activity, underneath the movement, the emotion, the memory, you sense it. Stillness. Not a forced stillness, not a tense stillness, but a natural stillness. A stillness that has been waiting patiently, always available, never hurried, never fragile. This stillness does not depend on your circumstances. It does not depend on people liking you. It does not depend on success, control, or certainty. It does not even depend on happiness. It simply exists. The Buddha taught that each person carries within them a luminous mind, a brightness unclouded by birth, untouched by fear, unbroken by sorrow. The mind becomes obscured, yes, but never destroyed, like the sun behind clouds. Tonight, you are learning to trust the sun, even when you cannot see it. Now imagine that a soft, warm light spreads from the center of your chest. No heat, no intensity, just warmth. This is the quiet self-awakening. It does not speak. It does not argue. It does not demand. It simply exists, like the still flame of a candle. Your peacefulness is not gone. You have simply forgotten how to rest in it. Let this moment remind you. Let the forest remind you. Let your breath remind you. Now place your hand gently on your heart. Feel its rhythm. Feel its warmth. Feel its honesty. Every beat is a reminder. There is a place inside you that nothing can touch. Not loss. Not fear, not judgment, not failure, not time, not even your most painful memories. This place is always yours. It is where your wisdom lives, where your compassion grows, where your true peace rests. You are not your mind. You are not your thoughts. You are not your fear. You are not your past. You are the quiet self that sees all of these and remains untouched. Tonight, beneath the moonlit forest canopy, you have returned to this truth. And the truth is simple. Peace is not something you search for. Peace is something you uncover, and the quiet self is the key. This is the fifth step, the step of returning inward, the step of remembering who you are, beneath everything you feel. As you continue resting in the quiet of the forest clearing, wrapped in moonlight and supported by the soft moss beneath you, a deeper understanding begins to arise. Not from thought, not from effort, but from the natural unfolding of presence. This understanding is the sixth teaching of the night. There is no fixed self, and in recognizing this, you become free. In Buddhism, this is called anatta non-self, a concept so gentle, yet so liberating, that it dissolves suffering not by force, but by softening the illusion that traps us. Tonight, we explore non-self, not as a philosophical idea, but as a lived experience, something your heart can feel, something your mind can rest upon, something your spirit can finally breathe into. Start with your breath. Notice how it moves without asking you. You do not command your lungs. You do not control each inhale. You do not generate air from your will. Breathing happens. Life happens. Awareness happens. You are not the creator of breath. You are the receiver. Already, the sense of I am doing everything begins to soften. Now look at your thoughts. The mind creates thoughts, the way the sky creates clouds, spontaneously, naturally, continuously. But do you choose your thoughts? Do you craft each one with intention, or do they appear unannounced, like weather patterns? Thoughts arise, thoughts change, thoughts fade. If you were your thoughts, you would disappear every time a thought vanished, but you remain. Therefore, you cannot be your thoughts. Now, consider your emotions. A feeling arrives: sadness, joy, worry, love. You experience it, yes. You feel it deeply. But where did it come from? A memory, a tone in someone's voice, a song that echoed something inside you, a dream you half remember, a story your mind carried for years, a hormone, a moment, a sound. Emotions arise from countless causes. They do not ask permission. They do not belong to a self. They are movements of mind and body fluid, temporary, ever-changing. If you were your emotions, you would vanish each time a mood shifted, but you remain. Therefore, you cannot be your emotions. So what then is this self you cling so tightly to? The Buddha taught that the sense of me is made up of 5 constantly changing elements: body, feelings, perceptions, mental formations, consciousness. None of these are permanent. None of these remain the same moment to moment. None of these can be held. Yet, out of habit, we weave them together and call them me. We say, I am this body. I am these memories. I am this past. I am this emotion. I am this identity. But this I, this story, is not fixed. It is not a solid wall. It is a river, always flowing. Now, imagine yourself again in the forest. The moon above you, the moss below you, the night supporting you. As you rest here, feel your edges soften, not disappearing, just loosening, like a candle flame melting the boundary between light and shadow. You are not separate from the forest. You are breathing what the trees exhale. The trees are breathing what you exhale. Your heart beats with rhythms written by ancestors you never met. Your cells echo the memory of stars. Where then does the self begin? Where does it end? The boundaries blur. Let me share a simple Zen story. A monk asked his master, "What is the self?" The master pointed to a drop of dew on a leaf. "It is here," he said. Then he pointed to the morning sun, and here. Then he pointed to the monk's chest, and here. The monk frowned. "I don't understand." The master smiled softly. "That is because you are looking for a shape. The self has no shape. It simply flows. When you stop clinging to a fixed me, something miraculous happens. You become gentle with yourself. Your mistakes are no longer permanent marks. They are experiences that pass. Your pain is no longer your identity. It is a moment moving through you. Your past is no longer a prison. It is a story that can be placed down. Your fears are no longer definitions. They are simply clouds drifting in a vast sky. Without a rigid self to protect, you stop resisting life. And when resistance dissolves, peace appears, quietly, naturally, inevitably. Now imagine that you place both hands over your heart. Feel the warmth. Feel the pulse. Feel the softness of your chest rising and falling. Ask yourself gently, what part of me is truly mine? This body is borrowed from food, water, sunlight, earth. This mind is shaped by teachings, memories, languages, culture. This heart is shaped by everyone who has ever touched your life. This breath is shared with every living being. You are not a separate wave. You are the ocean, expressing itself for a moment as a wave. When the wave softens back into the sea, nothing is lost, only returned. As you breathe softly in the clearing, feel yourself widening, not expanding outward, but dissolving inward, back into the quiet, spacious awareness that is your true nature. You are not limited to your roles: child, parent, partner, friend. You are not limited to your past, successes, failures, regrets, triumphs. You are not limited to your fears, or your hopes, or your insecurities. You are larger than every identity you've ever worn. And smaller than none? Non-self is not nothingness. It is freedom. Freedom from clinging. Freedom from fear. Freedom from pressure to be someone. Freedom from the identity that exhausts you. Freedom from the idea that you are alone. Freedom from the belief that you must hold everything together. Freedom to rest. Freedom to breathe. Freedom to be exactly what you already are. Awareness, presence, stillness, compassion, wisdom, light. As you rest in the moonlit forest, let this truth settle into your bones. You are more than what you think you are, and less solid than what you fear you are. And this is your liberation. This is the sixth step, the step of softening the self, the step of releasing identity, the step of remembering your boundless nature. As you continue resting under the silver glow of the moonlit forest, a deeper layer of the night's teaching begins to unfold, not through words, not through effort, but through a quiet recognition rising like a soft tide inside your chest. This is the seventh teaching of the night. Suffering does not come from life itself, but from the way we hold life. In Buddhism, this truth is called dukkha, the discomfort, the unease, the ache that settles into the heart when we cling to what cannot stay, resist what is already here, or demand certainty from a world made of change. Tonight, we explore suffering not to amplify it, but to understand it, and in understanding, to loosen its grip. Take a slow breath. Let it rise. Let it fall. Notice the subtle tension in your body, the tightness around your ribs, the heaviness behind your heart, the quiet knot somewhere in your belly. These are not flaws. These are signals the body whispering what the mind has avoided. Suffering speaks most clearly in silence. Now imagine holding a rope. With one hand, you grip it lightly. It rests softly in your palm. It does not hurt you. But when you pull the rope toward you, when you try to make it stay where it cannot, the fibers cut into your skin. You bleed because you hold too tightly. This is suffering, not the rope, the gripping, not life, the clinging. The Buddha taught that suffering arises in three ways: suffering of pain, physical or emotional pain, suffering of change, losing what we love, suffering of attachment clinging to what cannot stay. Tonight, it is the third one we explore, the suffering that grows quietly in the heart when we hold on after life has already let go. Think about the things you have held on to. A relationship long gone. A version of yourself that no longer exists. A dream that no longer aligns with your path. A belief about who you think you must be. An apology you never received. A moment you wish had gone differently. A fear inherited from someone else's past. A future you tried too hard to control. Each of these is a rope, and the tighter you pull, the more it hurts. Now imagine you're still sitting in the forest clearing. The air is cooler now, the night deeper, the silence thicker, and suddenly you notice something. Your suffering has a weight, a temperature, a pulse. Not because it is alive, but because you feed it with your attention, your memories, your resistance. Suffering endures because we hold it. Let me share a simple Zen story. A monk once hugged a pot tightly to his chest. Another monk asked, "Why do you clutch it so painfully?" The first monk replied, "Because I'm afraid to drop it." The second monk smiled gently and said, "Your fear is heavier than the pot." Most of our suffering is not from what we are afraid to lose, but from the fear itself. Now bring your awareness to your own fear, not to judge it, not to fight it, just to see it clearly. Fear of being alone, fear of failing, fear of not being enough, fear of being forgotten, fear of repeating past pain. These fears tighten the rope, but when you acknowledge them, when you breathe into them without resistance, the rope loosens, suffering softens. Imagine now that in your hands you hold a small stone. Inside this stone lies every worry you carried today. Every insecurity, every self-criticizing thought. The stone is not heavy, but your relationship to it is. The more you cling to it, the heavier it feels. But now, with a gentle exhale, place the stone on the ground beside you. Watch how the earth receives it, without judgment, without fear, without hesitation. This is the nature of release. Not dramatic, not wild, not bursting with emotion. Release is quiet. Release is humble. Release is a soft exhale after a long day of holding your breath. Now, imagine lifting your gaze to the moon above the clearing. Its constant changing shape, full, half, crescent, new, reminds you that nothing, not even the moon, stays the same. If the moon itself continues changing without resistance, why must you resist the changing of your own life? The truth is simple, gentle, clear. You suffer not because things change, but because you expected them not to. Look now at your own heart. Imagine it as a small lantern, glowing softly in your chest. Every time you cling, the lantern tightens, its flame flickers. Every time you release, even a little, the lantern expands. and the flame grows steady. Your heart was not built to grip. It was built to flow. Now bring to mind someone you have been holding on to, not physically, but emotionally. Let them stand in the clearing with you, not to relive pain, but to witness truth.
Meditation,
See them
music,
as they truly are, a changing being,
soft piano,
shaped by their own past,
and gentle,
their own wounds,
flowing water
their
sound.
own lessons, their own destiny. See how they, too, are carried by forces beyond your control.
Ambient,
Feel compassion
peaceful nature,
for them,
background,
for yourself, for the connection that once was, and the separation that life required.
relaxation,
Now imagine releasing the part of you
looking for
that demanded they stay the same, that demanded they stay with you, that demanded they fill a space they were never meant to fill forever. This is not goodbye. This is understanding. This is wisdom. This is peace. As you breathe into this moment, let a deep softness fill your body. Your jaw relaxes. Your shoulders melt. Your belly loosens. Your hands open. Your breath deepens. This is what freedom feels like. And now you understand the seventh teaching. Suffering ends not when life becomes perfect, but when you stop demanding it to be. Tonight, you learned that letting go is not loss. It is the natural movement of life. You learned that suffering is not punishment. It is tension, and tension softens when the heart learns to open instead of hold. This is the seventh step, the step of loosening the rope, the step of understanding suffering, the step of choosing peace instead of resistance. Stay here, in this softness, for one more breath. Let the night hold you as your suffering dissolves into something gentler, something clearer, something free. As you sit in the quiet breathing forest, after passing through the teachings of impermanence, interdependence, non-self, and the roots of suffering, something begins to shift within you. It's subtle, so subtle, it feels more like a remembering than a discovery. A soft glow rising from the back of the mind, like dawn loosening the last threads of night. This glow is the eighth teaching. Awareness, the pure seeing that frees the heart. Awareness is not thinking. Awareness is not controlling. Awareness is not judging. Awareness is simply knowing, I am here. This is my breath. This is my moment. This is enough. Tonight, the forest teaches you to return home to this awareness, the place where peace is not created, but revealed. Awareness is the light behind every thought. Most people think their mind is their awareness, but the mind is a storyteller, always narrating, explaining, protecting, predicting. Awareness is the sky behind the story. Thoughts are clouds. Awareness is the vastness that holds them. Thoughts may storm. They may swirl. They may darken the sky. But awareness remains untouched. Like a mirror that reflects everything, yet clings to nothing. Tonight, you are learning to rest not in the clouds, but in the sky. Imagine this moment. You sit with your legs folded over the glowing moss. The forest hums around you, a slow, ancient hum, like the earth itself is breathing in sleep. A soft breeze carries the scent of pine. The moon rests gently on the leaves, painting silver halos around the trees. You close your eyes, and suddenly, you feel awareness, that quiet spaciousness behind every inhale and exhale. It doesn't try. It doesn't hurry. It doesn't fear. It simply exists. You are resting in the original home of your mind. Awareness is your true refuge. The Buddha taught that awareness is the only safe refuge. Not wealth, not relationships, not success, not certainty, not the future, not even the body itself. All things change. But awareness, the simple knowing of what is here right now, remains stable, peaceful, deeply trustworthy, like a mountain unmoved by weather. Awareness is where fear loses its grip. Awareness is where emotions soften. Awareness is where clinging dissolves. Awareness is where you finally rest. Not because life becomes easy, but because you become present. Imagine a candle flame. You place a small candle beside you in the clearing. Its flame flickers gently, casting warm light across your hands. If you lean too close, your shadow covers the flame. If you step too far, the light fades into darkness. But when you sit just where you are, not reaching, not retreating, the candle glows steadily. This is the nature of awareness. Balanced, centered, clear. You don't grasp it. You don't force it. You simply stay where your being naturally rests. Awareness turns every moment into wisdom. Awareness is the doorway through which all Buddhist teachings come alive. Impermanence becomes gentle acceptance. Interdependence becomes compassion. Non-self becomes freedom. Suffering becomes understanding. Without awareness, teachings remain only ideas. With awareness, they become lived truth. Awareness is the turning of the key. Tonight, you turn that key slowly, softly, without rush. A Zen story for the night. A monk once asked his master, "What is the secret of awakening?" The master replied, "When you walk, walk.
Meditation,
When you
music,
eat. When you breathe,
soft piano,
breathe." The monk
and
frowned.
gentle,
"I do these
flowing
things every
water
day."
sounds.
The master shook his head gently. "No, you walk while thinking.
Calm river,
You eat while worrying.
peaceful
You breathe
nature,
while wanting.
background,
Awakening begins when you finally do one thing, just one, with full awareness.
relaxation,
The forest around you seems to nod in agreement. Awareness is simple, but simple is not always easy. Awareness and sleep. As your breath deepens and your body sinks further into the earth, awareness begins to blend with relaxation. Not the sharp awareness of daytime, but the soft, dreamy awareness that holds the space between waking and sleeping. The awareness that says, "I am safe. I can rest. I can let go of the day." This awareness is the bridge to deep sleep. You do not need to fight the mind. You do not need to silence thoughts. You only need to be aware of them. Like watching leaves drift across water, awareness transforms restlessness into calm. Imagine letting everything soften. Your jaw unclenches. Your shoulders release. The muscles in your face relax. Your fingers uncurl. Your belly loosens. Your heartbeat slows. And as the body softens, awareness grows clearer. Clear awareness does not mean intense. It means peaceful. It means spacious. It means awake enough to know you are drifting, yet calm enough to drift freely. This is the true art of Zen sleep. Not forcing silence, but embracing awareness. Awareness is returning home. Finally, as the night deepens and the forest becomes still, you feel something settle inside you, like a bird finding its nest, or a wave returning to the shore. A soft recognition, a gentle whisper, a truth you have always known, but often forgotten. Awareness is home, and you have always belonged here. This is the 8th step, the step of awakening gently, softly, peacefully, into the true refuge within you. As this long, gentle journey through the night comes to an end, take one more slow breath. In through the nose, and softly out through the mouth. Let your entire body settle into the depth of this moment. Feel how different you are now compared to when we began. Not because your life changed, but because you changed the way you sit with it. Tonight, you traveled through the core teachings of the Buddha: impermanence, interdependence, non-self, the roots of suffering, and the quiet awareness that frees the heart. Each teaching arrived like a soft lantern placed along a dark path, illuminating just enough for the next step, never demanding more than you had to give. And now, standing at the end of this softly lit path, something in you feels lighter. Not perfect, not finished, just lighter. As though the burdens you carried loosened their grip, and the breath inside your chest learned how to flow again. Let this truth settle gently. Peace is not far from you. Peace is not something you earn. Peace is not something you chase. Peace is what remains. When you finally stop running from yourself, when you accept the changing nature of life, when you release the illusion of a fixed self, when you loosen your grip on what hurts, when you soften the walls around your heart, you return to the stillness that has always been within you. This stillness is not dramatic. It does not announce itself. It does not shout. It simply waits. Patiently, lovingly, endlessly. It is the home you've been longing for, without knowing you were searching. Before this journey closes, place your hand gently on your heart and whisper inwardly, I am safe. I am enough. I am home. Let these words settle into your bones, like warm moonlight filling every quiet corner of your being. And now, as your breath softens and your eyes grow heavy, trust that you are not falling into sleep. You are falling back into yourself, back into peace, back into awareness, back into the gentle refuge, where nothing is missing and nothing is wrong. Rest deeply tonight, knowing that the truth you found here will remain with you long after the forest fades and dawn returns. You are held. You are whole. You are free.